Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira just announced that you decided to stop fighting. How did you come up with this decision to step aside and work with other things with the UFC?
When Dana White, invite me to go and to work this side, to work for the UFC, doing the interface between the fighters and the organization in Brazil. We need the new talents. You need to find out, the new guys, new Anderson Silvas, new Nogueiras, brothers. A lot of upcoming fighters need to be discovered in Brazil, and I think I will do this. Be the interface between the fighters and the sponsorship, the fighters in the social media. They represent. I think I can do that work. I love to fight. I train every day. I'm an athlete. Always gonna be, training. Fighting. That's my lifestyle. I do like boxing almost every day. I love to do my jiu-jitsu, my things like that. But I think now I can work on this side as well. We've been work for long, doing my gym. We have 30 gyms in Brazil. We discover a lot of new talents like Júnior Cigano, Rafael Feijão, Rony Jason, a lot of guys we quit fighting on those gyms, and I'd be glad to be working this side. And thanks Dana, thanks Lorenzo to invite me to this new job.
Do you think that if you have defeated Stefan Struve, would you wanted to take another fight, or would you still stop fighting?
Man, what was a tough fight. You could see I didn't step back in this fight. But it's been harder for me. Been training, been camping. If you go work so hard, like 3 months, doing the camp, get there, you don't get the result like we expect. I've been really close sometimes in this fight, to get submission, but it still didn't change, my decision. My decision it is, to work now in this side, to be work for the UFC. I think I can do a lot, I'll be working very active, to bring in new people. The country needed new fighters, and I've been working for Brazil right now.
And working, fighting for over 15 years, what was the greatest moments in your career for you?
I have three moments in my career, I'll tell you. When I fought in Japan, got my world title in the Pride, then I fight against Bob Sapp, more than 100,000 people. I think it's the biggest crowd inside of that gymnasium, seeing the fight in the world. And then, I won, I have 4 moments, I'll tell you. I have, fight for the world title against Steve Silva. I became a fighter watching the UFC because of watching Royce Gracie. That changed my life, that octagon. Them fighting for UFC was a big thing for me, and win the UFC title. And then the UFC came to Brazil in 2011, and we see that the sport became very popular. We went to the Open TV for the first time. People start to know me in the street, in the Anderson Silva everywhere, Vitor Belfort, those fighters. I think it was a big moment for me, see the crowd at like 18,000 people screaming, going crazy that day. All the media was helping and supporting us, It was a great moment for my career.
When do you look back, do you regret not making this decision after your win against Brendan Schaub in Rio? Você se arrepende de não ter tomado essa decisão depois de ganhar o Brendan Schaub?
No. After winning the Brendan Schaub, the sport was, was growing a lot. It was a good time, to work for the sport, to be fighting, to be camping, to fight again. We did, a couple good things to get the sport known after this fight, and. I cannot step back and changing things. I think now on, of course, I would love to finish my career with my arm raised. You know what I mean? But that doesn't change, man. It doesn't change. We did a lot. We still doing a lot for the sport. Now on is another side. So I think now is a good time.
You are now going to work finding new talents for the UFC. How do you see the Brazilian talent today, and what do you expect for the future of Brazil in the UFC?
You know, we cannot change numbers. You know, I see. You know, if we see the cartel of the fighters, and who's fighting the biggest shows, so it's gonna be proving they are the best guys. And some of the fighters, they fighting kind of small show, but they didn't have a chance to get there. We're gonna work, you know, with small shows, big shows, but you know, we cannot change numbers and find out, you know, big talents, get them support, you know, support the UFC fighters, the new guys. Sometimes they fight in outside country, you know, important fight, you know, like a preliminary of the big fight, you know, fight before a title. Sometimes they're gonna fly on with them outside country to support them. You know, that's gonna be a big war. I'm fighting for the country a lot right now. You know what I mean? We cannot leave those talents go away. You know what I mean? We're gonna find a new fighters, new champs.
Last question. Please send a message to the fans that were rooting for you over a decade. And what would you tell them now that you are stepping away?
You know, I would like to say them, you know, thanks them to be supporting me for over 15 years, you know, of my career. You know, see what we did a lot of, you know, for the sport, but, you know, we couldn't get there with the other side. A few guys supporting me, you know, support me every fight, you know, before the fight and after the fight, winning or losing, they still, you know, on my side. So thanks a lot. You guys have been very important for my career.
Thank you.